Hi, my name is Anna, and tonight I just want to show you how I do what I call my 5-minute bun. Typically takes less than 5 minutes, and it's just a way to quickly put my hair up, make it look nice and presentable in a very quick format. First of all, you want to start out with rubber band and some bobby pins. And I usually have about 20 bobby pins. That's just for me. Depends on your hair and how thick it is. So to start out, I'm going to show you what I tend to do is I pull one piece out. This is to do a sweep at the very end of my bun. This is not required, but it gives a nice little finishing touch to the front. So once you pull that piece out, the rest of the hair is going to go up into a nice high ponytail. And I'm going to do it very quickly. Typically I would try to make it a little bit smoother, but for tonight, we're just going to pull it up in a high ponytail. You're going to take your rubber band, depending on how thick or thin your hair is. You're going to wrap it. I tend to wrap mine twice. And on the very third round, I pull it through. And on my hair, I'm going to pull it in as if I was just pulling it back through, but I'm not going to pull it all the way. That just creates what we call that fan approach. And so I'm going to stick my fingers in the very middle, my thumbs, and just try to make it as thick as possible so it's not going to fall down on me too quickly. If your fan, you get it up there and it's almost too thin and doesn't have enough structure, before you actually do that, you may want to either curl it or you could tease it just a little bit. That way, once it gets up there, it has a little more structure and it'll hold a little bit better. After you get done with that, you want to take the hair that's left, and I usually just roll it up and then wrap it around. And I don't bobby pin that usually, I just stick it back in. Then you want to redo that part of your fan, and for me, I just take a bobby pin on both sides and I'm going to pull it back around. Y'all forgive my wild gray hairs, they're all over the place. So I pin both sides in and I've got the typical fan that most people have. So once you get the fan part, then I take my bobby pin, and I don't spread these, I just hold them. And I usually start on one side of the fan, and I'm going to get to a peak that's pretty strong, and I'm just going to pull all the way to the back, and I'm going to pin it. Then I'm going to go a little bit further over, find another peak on the very top, and I'm going to pull forward. I call this my accordion style. For those who were in church and actually saw those accordions, they just went back and forth. So I will continue that process, go to the next one, pull back, go to the next, pull forward, to the next, go back. And this is not a perfect science, it all depends on how much hair you have, how many times you go forward and back. So once I get that process done, I've got all these nice little peaks. Then I take the bobby pin, and what I do is I just connect some of the top peaks. I'll grab them together with the tip, and then I just push in. And this kind of creates what I consider that funky part. And you can't really tell that I have this accordion going on top of my head either. And then the same thing, you push that through. And in the back, the exact same process. You take and put a couple of them together. Like I say, it's not an exact science, but have a little fun with it. As far as the front piece is concerned, I usually will take my curling iron. I will straighten a part of this out just to kind of give it a little more structure. You can also curl the very end if you wanted it to come out. For this one, I'm just going to leave it straight. Anyway, for that process, I just fan this part out, take my bobby pin, capture it up there by the bun, pull this out, spray it a little bit, get those wild hairs, my wild gray hairs out. And then on this, I'm just going to roll it up, and I'm going to pin it back in. And it looks like it's a part of the funky bun. And that's pretty much my entire process. I will take this very front part and pull it forward a little bit, give it a little bit of body, Pull my sides down. And a little curl. And I'm done. Thanks